Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of the Football Show. As today we're going to talk about today's Premier League games and also games from other European leagues. So let's get started. Let's start with the Premier League. Chelsea against Everton. Everton, they've been a very good run of form. They're seventh in the Premier League. They've won the last couple of games. Jack Grealish has been in a decent run of form, and Everton have looked quite good. They've had a decent record away from home as well. So not only they can win games at home, also away from home. And defensively, I think they're quite strong in my opinion. So yeah, and Chelsea, as American Chelsea they should expect to play against a side who will play with low block, because that's what I think David Moyes will go there to Stamford Bridge. They will approach with a low block way. They will defend, and I understand why, because Everton don't have the quality that Chelsea have. Whereas Chelsea, they've not been in the best run of form. I mean, Enzo Maresca won the best manager of the month award for November, and you think like, oh, Chelsea are looking very good. Well, so far in December, they've lost to Leeds, they drew to Bournemouth, and they lost to Atalanta. So they've, yeah, it's been an inconsistent Chelsea this season so far. They haven't won a game since their last four, since they beat Barcelona 3-0. Maybe it's a curse facing as Barcelona, even if you win. Because I saw a stat on social media that the teams who beat Barcelona this season, PSG, Real Madrid, and Chelsea, they've after that struggled in the games in the league and the Champions League. So maybe it's a curse. I don't know, but but I think Chelsea. It's a game they should win. However, it's not going to be easy for them because Everton, like I said, they've been in a very good run of form. They've got players who are clicking, like Jack Grealish. Not only by the way, Jack Grealish. Also, they've got good players like Disbury Hall, who was fantastic in their last game against Nottingham Forest. Ciro Nobari, who played as a striker for Everton, and he was fantastic in that game. He's very young as well, so I think if David Moyes starts him in this game, he could be a valuable and added player, and also would help Everton to do well in this game, and maybe cause problems for Chelsea defensively, because defensively Chelsea, we all know that they're not that good. So for Chelsea to attack, they need to create chances. I expect Chelsea to have lots of possession to create chances, but they need to convert them into goals. Because if they don't convert them into goals, then I think it could be a difficult game for them, because we all know Everton are going to sit back and play with a low block. So I think Chelsea have to avoid being if they want to win the game, Chelsea, I think they have to get the first goal very early and lead the game from very early, and avoid conceding at the start, or leaving for the game as long as it's 0-0, and then Everton get a sucker punch at the end. Because even Everton, when they were that 10 men against Man United away from home, they won that 10 men and they still managed to score and park the bus and defend really well. So I think I could see a similar approach from Everton's side in this game. My score prediction, I'm going for a 2-1 for Chelsea. Liverpool play against Brighton. Mo Salah is back in the Liverpool squad for this game. Very good news for Mohamed Salah fans. Is there good news for Liverpool fans? I don't know. I mean, I've seen some reactions on social media where they're happy because he's a fantastic player. He's in legend at the club. He scored many goals. He's great. He's giving them great memories. So I'm just happy that they're happy that they could see him finally play his final game at the club before he goes to the AFCON. However, people are not happy because of what the things he said last week, and rightly so, and understandably why. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, I think obviously we've heard from Arne Slot yesterday's press conference saying that he was gonna have discussions with Mohamed Salah and some conversation, and they did have conversation, and it looked like the conversation has taken a step forward between Arne Slot and Mohamed Salah. However, it wasn't fully resolved according to many reports. So that's why maybe that according to that rumor that they've taken a step forward to the relationship between these two. That's why Salah is in the squad. Will he start? I don't think so, because he hasn't started for quite some time. I think the last game he started was against PSV. So I could see him coming off the bench. Um, do I think he should play a lot of games? Listen, he's getting older. First of all, that's the first thing. So you can't expect him to play every single game, and I think Arne Slot should find a way to manage him. That's the first of all. Second of all, I think he should have brought him in for some games. I think he should have brought him in for the Leeds game where Leeds came back in 2-2, and yes, there was like not much time to. There was not a lot of opportunities to bring Salah in before Soboslai scored the third goal because the ball wasn't played for that whole time. But at the same time, I think he should have brought him in. I think he should have brought him in after even when Soboslai scored. I think he should have been brought on against Leeds. Um, so I think Slot and people say that Slot treated him badly. Listen, we don't know. We don't know what's happened behind the scenes. Slot he said that he's had conversations with Salah, two conversations before the Leeds game, and Salah said that he has no relationship with him and he's not had any conversation. No, there is no relationship between me and him. So it's difficult to say who's telling the truth, exactly who's to blame, because we will never know what happened behind the scenes unless they release a documentary for Amazon Prime or Netflix, Liverpool, like some other clubs did, like Man City, Tottenham, Barcelona, and Man City and Chelsea. It's Arsenal, sorry, not Chelsea. So yeah, but do I think he deserves to be back in the squad? Yeah, he's a fantastic player, but at the same time, he didn't. I think he should apologize for what he said. I don't know if he apologized in the conversation he had with Arne Slot, but I think he should also apologize publicly, not only to Slot privately, also to the publicly to say for the fans to know, for the fans, because not only for the interview he did, he disrespected the club, he disrespected Arne Slot and the players, he also disrespected the fans, disrespected the institution of Liverpool, and that interview, it looked like he was, as some people say, he was tarnishing his legacy at Liverpool. I'm not saying he did that, but it makes it leaves a bit of a sour taste to you understand what I mean, guys. So yeah, because sometimes when you leave the club as a legend, and it's difficult when you leave the club as a legend, it's difficult. It's always difficult to leave in the right way. But you don't want to leave in a way that like Cristiano Ronaldo did, for example, for Manchester United in the second time when he left because of the comments he made. You don't want to leave in that way. So yeah, but it's an important game for Liverpool though. Brighton are quite a strange side. One day they're up, one day they're down. It's a strange side. However, they could cause problems for big teams, as I mentioned a couple of times about them this season. They're a very good team. Liverpool, obviously they're at Anfield, they're at home. It's a very important game for them. They have to get back to winning ways in the Premier League. They got back to winning ways against Inter, but in the Premier League they have to get back to winning ways as well. They're not far away from the top four, top five. They're 3 points behind. But at the same time, if they keep performing like this, they will not finish in the Champions League spots. So for them to save their season, because this season so far for Liverpool has been a disaster, for them to save their season, try get in the Champions League, try win the FA Cup, and also try to do as much as you can in the Champions League, because I don't see this Liverpool team winning the Champions League, if I'm being very honest with you, or even reaching the semi-finals. So yeah, but it will be a tricky game for Liverpool because Brighton are a very good side. My prediction, I think Salah for sure will be on the bench and he will come on at some stage. My prediction, I'm going for a 2-2 draw in this game. Burnley against Fulham, I'm going for a 2-0 win for Fulham. Arsenal against Wolves, yeah, that's a slam dunk, easy, no problem win for Arsenal. Wolves are bottom, Arsenal top, Arsenal at home. Should be an easy win for Arsenal. No, with all due respect to Wolves, they've been absolutely terrible this season. I think they went at something like five games or 4 games without scoring until they scored against Manchester United, but they lost 4-1. So yeah, I expect Arsenal to comfortable win. I'm going for a 4-0 win for Arsenal. So yeah, and it's a game that Arsenal should keep a clean sheet as well. So yeah, if they want to, focus on the defensive record. However, they conceded a bit some of the some goals, yes, last couple of games. Goal against Chelsea, Tottenham, two goals against Aston Villa. So yeah, but it's again that they should easily win. No problems for Arsenal. Should be next game. You've got so that's it in the Premier League. Let's move on to other leagues. Um, you've got Atletico Madrid against Valencia. I expect Atletico to win this game. Valencia, they've not been that good. They are battling relegation. They're 1 point above the relegation zone. Atletico should win. They lost. I think they lost their last game against Athletic Bilbao. So it's a game they should bounce back in this game. They lost two games in a row in La Liga. Barcelona, Athletic Bilbao. So it's a game they should bounce back and they should win against Valencia. So yeah, I'm going for 3-1 for Atletico Madrid. Barcelona against Osasuna. Barcelona in a good run of form in La Liga. They are 4 points clear of Real Madrid. Osasuna the 15th in La Liga, but I expect Osasuna to play with a low block and sit back. So let's see how Barcelona deal with that. So it will not be easy. It will not be exactly straightforward, but I think Barcelona should win. I'm going for 4-1 win for Barcelona. They've been a very, very good run of form. They've won the last couple of games, except since that loss against Chelsea. Um, However, defensively they can improve. They could see 3 goals against Real Betis. They can improve defensively. Going forward, they're still very good, but defensively they can improve. Especially if they want to win the Champions League, they have to improve defensively. Going forward, obviously, it's going to be crucial, but defensively they have to improve. That's for sure. But I expect Barcelona to win 4-1 in this game. Let's move on to Serie A, where it's a battle for the top between Napoli and AC Milan at the top of the table. Today they're not today. There is no crazy games, so anyway, we're not gonna delve into Serie A too much. And then you got the Bundesliga. What are the games today? You've got Bayern Munich are not playing today, so yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time. However, there's a chance that I might not do a video tomorrow, and maybe on Monday because tomorrow I'll be super 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 busy. So let's see. The next 2 days I will be very very busy. So due to some things I have personally. So yeah. But that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a very very good day and see you next time. Goodbye.